Surprise, surprise. Guess who's early?
I still have hairspray in my hair from last
It's
night.
Casper the Friendly Ghost and Donna. Good morning.
Haha, Dawn, hate to disappoint you. I'm early this morning. And I didn't get to bed until 4 o'clock.
Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Miss Penny Day. Miss Penny Day, did you get your vintage box yet? I have some more vintage stuff today. Yes, we're here, Donna, flipping frozen.
Oh, Connie sent me a picture of the transgender Barbie on eBay.
Are you kidding?
In the box, fully dressed for $65.
Oh my gosh.
Transgender Barbie.
Is that really what that was last night, though?
I think so.
Oh, here she is. Good morning, Connie.
She's working. I think so.
Good morning, Paul.
Crazy doll. Maybe because it was naked, it looked weird. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with transgender, but that one was just weird with the hair and everything.
It was just so out of place. There was like 3 different bodies stuck together with that one.
It looked like it, right?
Good morning, Myra. Oh wow, Donna not late. I know. There is a miracle.
I'm working on it so I don't get suspended. For those of you that watched Boss Babes, we had to tell 2 truths and 1 lie, and people had to guess which one was the lie. And mine was one of my truths to see if people thought it was a lie was I was suspended from high school. And people didn't guess that, but I was suspended. I was suspended from high school. No, people guessed that was a lie, that I was suspended from high school.
I didn't. I guessed cheerleading right away.
For being late.
I knew you was suspended.
Late all the time. For like 1 day. You know.
Yeah, I got suspended in high school for something stupid like that. Like I was never in school.
Dawn was first in the room, nerd. I was always the last one. I would come walking in late to the classroom and disrupt the classroom. So not only would I get tardy passes, I had to go and get tardy passes. I'd get sent right back to the principal's office because I was disruptive to the classroom. Oh, well, it happens.
Yes, Mia, we are. I don't know how Donna's not falling down right now because I went to bed 2 hours before her and I'm tired.
And I have a busy day. And I have a very, very busy day, so I can't be tired. I'm going to try to take a nap this afternoon after our auction. Yes, I'm the hooker sister working. The other hooker sister is at church.
Oh, Connie.
I said last night, I said, I have some hooker shoes. Where's the hooker sisters? The other hooker sisters at church. Well, I talked to Patricia last week before when she was on her way to church, and I said, Patricia, please say a prayer for me.
Oh my God.
Because I will, sweetheart, I will.
Good morning, Mark.
Please pray for me.
Hey, Sandra. Sandy Antonelli in the house. Yeah, Jose, we're still here.
I got kicked out of first grade, Dawn writes. I'm not surprised about that. I got suspended for selling concert tickets. I was 8th grade in my religious private school.
Oh my God.
Myra, that is so funny. Jose's up with me. He was up until in the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, but he's probably still at work. He has a reason. Or he just got home from work. Good morning, Grandma Wrinkles. Don't mind us this morning. We're a little slap happy, but thank you for joining.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I was kicked out in the 9th grade. Like kicked out, like expelled, like you couldn't go back, kicked out. Sandra, so T left at about 1:30.
Yeah, 130 something, 140, yeah.
It was about 1:30, and then Chris the Goose jumped on. Courtney jumped in for a little while and was just talking about Barbies.
Yeah, if you missed the Barbie scene, you should get a timestamp for the Barbie. Just that alone is amusing.
Oh my gosh, the Barbie scene was crazy, like hysterical. I ended up selling a lot of Barbies, and one of them it's somewhere over here, and one of them was a little odd. Let's just say it looked a little bit different. It was a Ken doll, we think. We're not sure.
Arthur, I don't blame you for crashing. You said you edited 33 videos. I would have been dead before 3. Well, let's see. The only thing, Arthur, I think you missed was I had a collectible lot with some Coke glasses, so you can hit Jose up for those with a little red wagon.
I don't think he's talking about like what he missed as far as like bidding on stuff. I think
okay.
He's talking about what he missed about
with the Barbie. Oh yeah.
Barbie? No, I'm joking. He's probably saying, what did I miss?
The timestamp was probably somewhere around 12:15, I would have to say, Eastern, right? Didn't I make a comment? We were slap happy about 12:23, and I think we were all still laughing at that point.
I don't know, but Jose says my ribs are still sore. I was like silent. I was like silent belly laughing over that last night. That was so funny. Missed the wagon.
Good morning, Siosa.
No, suspended for smoking cigarettes at home.
At home? That's so funny. Well, you know what? My girlfriends and I, on our way to school, and I think it was junior high school, probably 8th grade, we hung out. No, we were probably in 7th. We hung out with some 8th graders, bad influence, the older kids. And we were smoking on the way to school. And one of the attendance officers drove by. And we weren't anywhere near school property. We were down a residential street or whatever. And he called us all in and threatened us. And it was a whole big thing. I think we got a 1-day in-school suspension for that. But thank God they never told our parents. It was like an agreement. It was like a silent agreement.
Wow.
She said it was for an Elvis impersonator concert. The principal went on and on about how evil Elvis was. Really?
Are you kidding? Wow.
Yeah, that's what I say, Donna. It was around midnight when she brought them up.
Shane M., good morning.
Good morning, Shane. Good morning, Deb. DLC Haberdashery in the house.
Don says he was the one who called it transgender. Yeah, that didn't even come to mind. I thought, I was really confused because I thought that they put a woman's head on a male body, but it was definitely a man's face with girl's hair. It was a man's face on that Barbie doll.
Yeah, it was iffy.
No, it wasn't iffy. It was definitely, you think the Barbie doll had plastic surgery?
Maybe. I don't know.
Come on, it was totally a man's face on that Barbie doll.
Juanita says, I got suspended in 8th grade for peeling an orange for a friend. School had 0 tolerance for food in classroom.
That's terrible.
Wow.
Kidding.
Wow. Lisa says, I feel like a goody two-shoes now. Never suspended, never caught.
Oh God, I got caught. I got caught doing so many bad things in high school.
Good morning. I wonder if this is Dennis again. He was on Facebook yesterday morning, and I don't know how you go out and check. I have to figure that out. I'm going to see if I can do it.
Donna and T, surgery on my back was done on Thursday, so I'll be in and out a lot more now for a while. Oh, that's awesome, Clayton. I hope you have a
I hope you're feeling better, Clayton. It sounds like a long road to recovery when you were talking in the chat the other night.
But hopefully this is the start of a healing process that you'll be able to get stronger and better. Oh my gosh, I got suspended for wearing pants in junior high school.
Huh.
Never caught is the trick. No kidding. Extremely conservative school. They had issues for me listening to John Denver because, are you kidding? Mark was a complete angel in high school.
He was a Unitarian. Huh.
Uh,
I listened to John Denver. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I don't know, Mark. You sound like my husband who thinks so.
I was never suspended, but my husband has stories that are hilarious. Oh, I have stories too. Maybe we should do a whole live about inviting people on to tell stories about high school. That would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
We could do like the same thing you guys did. All right, you come in and tell us, a couple of
Oh
truths,
my
and
God,
we'll pick the lie out.
that would be hysterical. Good morning, Janaea. Thank you for the wake up text, but I didn't get it. I was sound asleep.
No, I finally decided to ring her phone a little after 8:30. I didn't want to wake her up. I was gonna just let her sleep, but she would have
Yeah,
been mad at me.
yeah. Janaea texted me, but I didn't hear the text, but the phone call woke me up. Okay. All right. Mark says, all right, all right. I wasn't a goody two shoes. I just was never caught. Oh my gosh, you guys are giving me flashbacks of my days in middle school in the 70s and 71. I was always in trouble at school and hated wearing a dress every day. Was it private school, Grandma Wrinkles? Is that why you had to wear a dress every day? Or was it public school?
You know what I have flashbacks of when we were in elementary and junior high school, and we had to wear those stupid gym suits. Like they were blue with the snaps. They were like a one piece. Did you guys have to wear those?
No,
Oh
no,
my God.
no. Ours were I think it was it was a jersey top, and then it was like they were red shorts with the white piping, and they kind of went up a little bit on the side.
High school,
High
yes,
school.
something like that. But in elementary and junior high, it was like a blue one piece jumper. And I could remember the shorts coming way up, and they used to talk about keeping things low. But I could remember this, and you would snap them all the way down. It was like a snap thing. It was.
No, no, no. We had shorts. We had shorts that we had to wear, gym shorts.
The whole history class was sentenced for something someone else did not do. That was my only detention. Yes, love that. It was like you all got punished for somebody else. Wear dress in public school. I was a tomboy and hated it. And yes, T, I wore those one-piece gym suits. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't, but I don't remember those one jumpsuits.
Yeah. Oh, you guys had a zipper. Or you had the ones that had they were made of oh shoot. Um oh, I can't think of what the hell that material is now.
Polyester,
No, oh God.
Guyana.
No, it's something really simple. I'm just having a mental block right now.
I got detention once for talking during an assembly in junior high. Got called out in front of the whole school. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, Paul said they had a desk with his name on it in detention.
Yeah, me too, Paul. Me too. Honest to goodness. What does Shane say? It's crazy now with both people getting in trouble in high school. Some pulled my.
I think he meant some kid pulled my shorts
Pulled
down.
my shorts down in the locker room, so I shoved him into the locker. Of course, I got suspended too. Well, those were the days, though, us being suspended or having to go to detention for doing stuff like that. I don't know if they do. Hello, Lisa. Good morning.
Morning, Lisa.
There's such a problem with school, with kids today in school. Oh my gosh, there's such a problem. Even in our high school, we this so much happens that they don't even talk about the school, like they don't release it. The principals don't call home to make the announcement that a weapon was found in someone's backpack. The kids know about it because the kids, talk about it and they all know about it, or they all know someone who knows someone. My poor daughter, she comes home with these crazy stories all the time, and they keep it so hush hush. And let me tell you something, it's not just the public school. It's
Oh no.
it's the
They
private.
took my girlfriend out of public school and put her in parochial school, and she was worse.
It's the private school too. And the private school, they keep it even more hush hush. They never talk about it. They keep it internalized because, like, we have a school named Benjamin down here, and it's like anybody who's like for example, like Tiger Woods kids go to Benjamin, and because he lives down here, like anybody who's like the high society that lives here in this area, their kids all go to Benjamin. And I had a foreign exchange student stay with us for 3 years, and she went to Benjamin 2 years ago. She stayed with us. This is the second year that she's been away, and she stayed with us for 3 years. She used to go to Benjamin. Her parents paid for it. I just hosted her in my home, and she used to come home and tell me stuff all the time about stuff that went on at Benjamin, but they kept it very internalized because it was such a high profile school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, Misty. We're
Good
just talking about our ugly childhood bad
Oh,
behaviors.
it wasn't ugly. I thought,
No,
okay,
it
that was,
wasn't.
that was awesome.
Let me tell you something. These kids wouldn't know what it was to grow up when we grew up. I mean, thank God we had to what I consider a normal childhood, out all the time, playing with friends. I mean, our whole block, we had a great block of friends, all of us, whether we were playing kick the can, flashlight tag, stickball. We, even as a block one year, we did a play and we entertained at a block party that we had. We had this whole thing. One of my girlfriends played the guitar. My other girlfriend and I sang. I mean, we dressed up in costumes. Like, these kids wouldn't do any of that stuff today.
I know. Yeah, it's Juanita says that's true. They don't want to create a panic or deal with angry for a reason, parents. I know, it's true. And Cyosis sells, we we get calls with what happened, Donna. They know kids will sensationalize anything that happens, so they send out a recorded call. We do get recorded call, but not nearly as many as what the incidences that happen. Yeah, Jose says we used to get away with everything.
Yes, back then I would put a merit on my shoes so we would look up the girl's skirt. And I think he meant Mira. He meant a Mira. Oh, God.
Are you kidding, Dawn? You did not do that. Kids actually tell the truth. Oh, my kids tell me everything. My kids tell me everything, and then I'll be like, oh my God, I don't want to hear that. And then the kids are like, well, you tell us that to tell you everything. And then we tell you, and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to hear that. There's certain things I just don't want to hear. My daughter attended Douglas Anderson School of the Arts. A neighborhood kid came up and tried to sell her Mary Jane. She screamed loudly and she wouldn't buy any. They took her to the office. Sell her what's a Mary Jane?
I don't know if she means the candy or is it some kind of drug. I don't know.
What's a Mary Jane?
Well, Mary Jane that I remember was like a candy, It was almost like a Tootsie Roll, but it was called a Mary Jane.
I vaguely remember that. What
Oh
about
yeah, I've told this story before. I didn't go to a Catholic school. I could have. I went to the 12 years of confraternity. That's why I'm sitting here on a Sunday morning where I should be in church. But um, my mother, when she was growing up, her best friend Nora White, she used to tell the story all the time. She did something wrong in school, and the nun whacked her with the ruler and broke one side of her nose. When she went home, her father broke the other side because said if the nun thought you did something wrong, you did something wrong. I mean, that was really violent.
they're saying a Mary Jane is marijuana.
Oh, okay.
From what era and what part
See,
of
I'm
time?
so prudish
We,
when it comes to drugs. Believe me. The
we
worst
used to
I
call
do is smoke and drink. I don't smoke anymore, but
we used to call them joints.
yeah, it was weed, pot, you know.
No, like, do you have a joint? That's
Yeah.
what we used to call it, a joint. Now they call them blunts.
They only call them blunts because they wrap them in a cigar wrapper.
I think, yeah, but I think that's the only way 60s and 70s, they were called Mary Janes. I don't know. I don't think they smoke them I don't think they smoke them any other way these
Yeah,
days.
doobie, weed, grass. Yeah.
I don't think they smoke them like with white rolling papers from like when we were growing up. Not that I know how, they were.
No, they use bongs for the most part.
Or the blunts. They call them blunts. They use the cigar paper.
Jose said he got hit with a ruler all the time. Ugh. Greetings, flipping pancakes. He doesn't know what he walked into here with the marijuana talk.
No, right?
Yeah, well, it was different when we went to school, though, too. I mean, even with smoking and stuff like that. I mean, I can remember in high school, like we used to have these. Our school became so populated in the 70s that they had like these portable trailers, like to go to health, and like there were certain classes that you would have to go outside and across like to part of the field to go into. Like, and I can remember health class being out there and something else I don't remember. And here we would be going to health class and people be outside smoking before you walked in the trailer. I mean, or smoking something else, but it was funny.
Oh yeah, we had smoking sections in my high school.
You know, we had open campus in high school. You could go if you had a free period. You could go out. You could,
Yeah, so did we. We had a beautiful campus, and we had a smoking area in the front and a smoking area in the back. And this was in high school. And there would be, like the principal would come out there. There'd be teachers out there smoking, and there would be hundreds of kids out there, like just puffing away in between classes, having a cigarette. It was perfectly fine. That was acceptable and allowed. And then every once in a while, you'd get the smell of reefer because somebody would spark up a joint in the middle of the crowd. And by the time one of the principals or one of the teachers got to the person, they would disperse or move, but you always smelled the smell.
Oh my God, Shane, you're old, you're young enough to be a grandchild at this point. Graduated
2012. He's so young.
Oh my God.
No one was going to smoke cigarettes in high school. Everyone went out to smoke weed during lunch.
Huh. You can buy the pre-rolled and zigzags. At least I've heard rumors. Okay. All right.
That is so funny.
Joints were $1 each and people kept them in their pack of cigarettes. Yeah.
Yeah, joints were $1 each. That's how much they were. Yep. Now, like, I think people sell cigarettes for like $3 a piece. Like, I don't even know how much a joint was. Connie says they had a smoking patio also. Yeah. Isn't that crazy that high schools had smoking patios? My brother's grandson, 16, killed himself. How sad. Oh,
yeah. Well, was that back in school, Dawn, or recently or years ago? I'm not sure. The day I almost got suspended, I was smoking weed on the bus on the way to school.
Oh, gosh.
We used to have this one bus driver. His nickname, I shouldn't say his name. His name was Animal. That was his nickname. He used to smoke weed. It was like the most hysterical thing. We could smoke on the bus. Oh, my God.
You could smoke cigarettes on the bus?
Yeah, because with him we could. He didn't care.
His name was Animal?
Yeah, that was his nickname, Animal. He used to have this long, bushy hair, real hippie type, you know? Yeah.
And he used to drive around with a bunch of kids on a school bus smoking weed.
I'm telling you, but that was, it's the 70s. I don't know.
That is
I didn't do any of that stuff. I was such a good girl. I really was.
I don't believe you. How come we're all telling the truth and you're like, this is the one that told me to dress up as a punk rocker for the show last night. Oh, I remember when you could, there was smoking sections on airplanes. How disgusting. That's so nasty. I remember like flying to Italy and everybody just smoking and like putting the cigarettes out in the arm of the ashtray. And I remember just there was so little, the ashtrays, and they'd be overflowing with cigarette butts.
The airplane, I remember a couple of times when my grandparents landed up in the hospital and you could smoke in the hospital. My grandfather had oxygen in the room and you could smoke in the hospital. I remember that. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, you and all the old movies, everybody's smoking.
Oh yeah. If you've ever seen the movie it's not a movie. It's a Netflix thing. Is it Mad Men? The one that I don't know if it's Mad Men. No, I forget. The one where he's like the advertisement guy, and it's so true how that was in the 50s and 60s with them always smoking, the wives. I mean, these women smoked pregnant. They'd have a cigarette hanging out of their mouth. I mean, one thing, even though I smoked in my day, I quit for both my pregnancies because we knew it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And even with my first son, when was I? 85, he was born. So I didn't smoke while I was pregnant. I gained 90 pounds, but I didn't smoke.
Yeah.
I ate like a freaking ridiculous fiend.
Arthur says, I remember when celebrities were paid to smoke.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, to advertise the brands. All right. Flippin' Pancake says, however, I digress. How are we doing today? Oh, we're good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, it's just amazing how things change so quickly.
Mad world. They smoked in the hospital in that movie, like you said.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when my grandfather, oh my God, I mean, and he died of like a esophageal cancer. And I don't think it was the smoking. I think it was the drinking because he was a big drinker. But yeah, I could remember being in the hospital. Now, we may have had to like walk down to the lounge or something. But yeah, you were smoking in the hospital. It didn't matter.
Now they changed the age and you can buy. I would have had a fit if I finally could legally, then couldn't anymore. They just changed the age down here in Florida from 18 to 21.
What, for buying cigarettes?
Tobacco or Stigs? Or
we've been 21. I can't even remember how long, but I went through that with the drinking because when I turned 18, it was legal. And then like 6 months later, they put it to 19.
I think it was a year.
When I turned 19, I think I was married with a child at like 20, and I think they pushed it to 21, and I was illegal again. It was like,
yeah, it happened to me too. Yeah. It happened to me too. It must have happened because in Massachusetts it happened, but you're 2 years younger than me. But I remember I turned 18, and then they legalized drinking at 18, and only lasted like maybe 6 months, a year at the most, and then they put it right back.
Yeah, cigarettes. Don said cigarettes were 21 cents. That was the pack, or was that the Lucy's? You used to be able to buy Lucy's too.
I was in a semi-private room and couldn't get out of my bed because of back surgery, and the woman in the
room with.
Dropped a cigarette on my bed. The woman in
Oh
my
no, lit. I think she's trying to say it was lit. Oh my gosh.
No, she says, and the woman in the room with me dropped a cigarette on
Right,
my
and she couldn't get out of bed because she had just having back surgery. So it was a lit cigarette she dropped on her bed.
I know. What was she doing so close to your bed?
Good morning, Kelly. Yeah, Shane said nationwide.
They changed the to be able to buy tobacco products nationwide to 21. Is that what she's saying?
I guess. Yeah, Lucy's. Lucy's, did you get those at Speakeasy?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't need it. Well, Lucy's is what they used to call the cigarettes. You know, where you could.
I never heard that term.
Yeah.
Nationwide. Yeah, they changed that law nationwide. I guess January 1st. It's going to be 21. Like it's in all states or just. Yeah, so it must be in all states nationwide. 21. So you can join the army and go defend our country and shoot rifles and guns and kill people, but you can't have a cigarette afterwards or a drink. How messed up is that? If they're changing being legal to buy cigarettes or buy alcohol to 21, then they should change joining the army to 21. I disagree with that so much. I mean, these kids are like going to boot camp, fighting for us, fighting for our country, men and women, and they can't even have a cocktail after a long, stressful day or a cigarette. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Why aren't they changing the enrollment? And God knows, I mean, after what happened this past week, don't be surprised if there's a draft. I'm going to go get a coffee.
Oh, thank God your mom was in the room. Luckily, she had to pass by my bed to leave the room. Oh, thank God. Yeah, nationwide now, cigs and all vaping 21. But you know what, to be honest, where I am in New York, it's been that for, I can't tell you how long. It's a long while. It's a long while.
So not to,
morning, Bluegrass. Morning, Anthony.
So not to touch on politics, but let's talk politics for a minute.
Okay.
So
I'm scared when she says that.
So it's the president of the United States that puts the orders in to kill someone in another country who's deemed evil and has bad people following him. So it's the president who puts the orders in. But isn't it like all of the generals and all of the, does it have to go to the Congress and the Senate? And doesn't it involve a lot of people? Like President Trump can't just say, go kill that man, and then everybody just goes and kills him. Doesn't it have to get passed through a chain of many, many chambers or people in order to...
It depends on the situation.
Why
you depends on the situation. Yeah, Arthur said didn't have that problem during the Vietnam War. And Tanya says, yeah, you can vote for a president at age 18 and drive a car at 16. Good morning, Simply Dana.
Good morning. Okay.
Paul said his son went to boot camp his last year in high school. I think they should make it a rule as all kids should go to boot camp. They wouldn't know what discipline is today. It's really sad. I hate to say it, but
it's mandatory in Italy once you reach 18, but boys only, not girls. Boys only. So talk about discrimination. Boys only must go 1 year in the military if they don't go to college. If they go to college, then they're excused from it. Up to so many years. So if you enroll in like college and you drop out, the government comes after you and you have to go into the service. It's like boot camp for 1 year. I think you have to stay in college for like 4 years in order to default from having to do that.
Yeah, agreed. They learn to respect the gun organization. There's so much we don't teach our kids we should. That's so true.
Yes.
Yeah, see, to declare war, they need Congress.
To declare war, they need Congress. But what about to kill someone?
No.
The president just puts the orders in.
He can make the call. Yeah, he can make the call. Yeah.
He can just make a call, and then the army just has to go and do it. Did you guys see the picture of all of the supporters of that? I don't know what his name was. I didn't even know he existed until the president killed him. And they're all standing outside the his house, and they're all doing this. Did you guys see that video circulating on Facebook? They're all going like this. I guess doing this in Iran must be a symbol of sympathy or something. But it's so funny because my girls play volleyball, and when they make a mistake on the volleyball court and the other team gets a point, the girls always take blame for it, and they're always going, I'm sorry, and they tap their chest, like they're like, my fault, I'm sorry. So it's all I could think about was like, like, doesn't tapping your chest mean you're taking responsibility? And there was all these people outside of his house tapping on their vest, on their chest. He has advancers. Can Trump make the call to send me $1 million? No, he can't. Most of that type of stuff we don't even know about. I'm
not sure what Kelly's trying to say here. So no 2-year degrees or vocational school?
I don't know.
Don said he had 2 full-time jobs in high school. A lot of people did.
I'm one of those a few crazy liberals that really thinks guns can be good, but people need to be properly trained. Oh, for the Italy service requirements, Shane. What was the question? I don't see what the question was for the Italy service.
I don't know. Yes, Paul, I often joke about we were the remote control. Parents didn't have remote control back in the day. We were the remote control.
Yeah, and they stopped broadcasting at 11 o'clock.
Oh, remember it used to go off with the flag or come on even in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Flag waving.
Yeah. With the flag. They would go off with the flag, and I think the song.
Yeah.
Bless America or something, right? Isn't that funny? And we also had to walk up to school up both hills.
Yes, you're right. Barefoot. You forgot. We walked barefoot in the snow.
John the Bargain Hunter said that general killed a lot of Americans. Is he talking about the Iranian guy that Trump killed? I had never heard from him for the Italy army thing. Okay, but I didn't see what the question was. Was that the question that they wrote about?
Yes, Kelly. I remember waiting for the flag to come on in the morning so you could watch TV. That was like, all of a sudden it was an introduction to like 6 a.m. cartoons or whatever. Yeah. Yep, in a snowstorm year round, Misty. No, they don't. We never had to change the channel. We only had one channel. Okay. Yeah, that's true too. My mom always used to tell the story when her girlfriend Margaret got a TV, and they used to all go to the apartment. Actually, they were tenements. She grew up in the South Bronx, but yeah, they used to like all congregate in this one room and all watch the TV, the neighbors, everybody. Yep, UHF channels. Yeah, that was like channel 21, I think, right? And 21 and 55. Well, I'm probably talking New York channel.
We had 56 and 38. We had 56 and 38. Those were like the secondary channels. And then we had 4, 5, 7, and channel 2.
Yep.
Which the public broadcasting. Channel 2 is the public broadcasting, like the free donation. They'd have like, send us a donation so we can keep this channel going type of channel. And then 4, 5, and 7 were like the ones that always competed against each other. Like they all had the 11 o'clock news. Kind of like we all have auctions at the same time during the week. They all had the 11 o'clock news. And you just picked which news you wanted to watch.
Right.
Either 4, 5, or 7, and some people would watch 4, some would watch 5, and some would watch 7, just like our auctions.
Yeah.
And, yeah, those were the channels 4, 5, and 7, and they all had good shows on them, so it was hard to pick because most of the good shows back then all started at like 8 o'clock at night, like from 8 to 9. Like, one of them would have the Lawrence Welk show, and then another one would have like the Carol Burnett show, and they'd all put their like really good shows on at the same time. It wasn't like we can do today where we can have a computer, an iPad, and a phone. And if you want to attend 3 auctions on YouTube, you have that option. You had to and there was no reruns.
Right.
You go back and watch. If you missed the Carol Burnett show,
oh yeah,
that was it.
That was it. Yep.
Gone. It was gone. It was archived, gone forever and ever and ever. And then everybody would talk about, oh, did you see the Carol? No, I was watching Lawrence Welk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss PBS stations. Yeah, the public broadcasting system. We had 2, 5, and 11.
9 kids. I was out playing. Yeah. You weren't allowed to stay in the house. Donna,
this is nighttime.
Whistle on 56.
No, I don't remember Willie Whistle on 56, but I was on, do you remember Boomtown USA? I was on Boomtown USA. I played one of the, I was one of the kids that got casted to play one of the games on Boomtown USA. And then my dad was on Candlepins for Cash, if you remember that, another Boston TV show. And there was another TV show that I was on. It was Boomtown USA, and I remember there were 2 cowboys were the characters, and one
Paul said he was on it too.
Rex Trailer, yeah. You remember that? He was on it too. And I remember one of the characters. There were 2 cowboys. One of the characters was drinking in between, because it was I don't know if they were, I guess they were broadcasting live back then, because we would actually stop and there would be a commercial break and all the producers would be like, okay, we're going to be going on in, 2, 3, 1, live, and then they'd go back on to being their online characters. So yeah, they broadcasted live. Those were not pre-recorded shows. Oh, I think it was it Zoom? I want to zoom.
Oh yeah, Paul was on Bozo too.
Zoom. Everybody's zooming around. I can't remember all the words.
I used to love when I can't even remember her name now, because I think there was more than one. The very first Romper Room one that would say, "I see Teresa," and
the Romper Room.
Oh, she sees me.
I know, right? The Romper Room was awesome. I know it is. It's great. Bozo had the first ping pong game. Wasn't beer ping pong. Yeah, one of them, I don't remember which one it was, but one of them was a boozer.
Good morning, Craig.
I loved Romper Room. I remember one of the things that I remember the most about Romper Room was the sound of cups. She would pass out all the little cups, and everybody would she'd fill up the little cups for juice or something, and then everybody would be playing with the cups on the table, and I could hear the cups rolling around. I remember that.
Captain Kangaroo, yeah.
Was that the other Boston one? maybe that I was on. I can't remember. Paul, was Captain Kangaroo the other Boston one? We had some Boston shows, like kids shows. I guess they were broadcasted nationwide, but they originated here in Boston.
Deb says Mr. Green Jeans. I think he was a character on Kangaroo, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember too. God.
I don't think so. Not Captain Kangaroo. There was another one in Boston. Was it Zoom?
No, we had Zoom in New York.
No, but was it broadcasted?
Oh, broadcasted in
Actually
Boston.
made.
Oh.
Because I was on two. I was on Rex Trailer, and then I was on another one, but I can't remember right now which one. Which one it
No,
was.
I feel like Zoom was from New York because I feel like I could have been on that.
Yeah, I can't remember, but there was two in Boston. And I don't even know, like, I was like the child of immigrant parents. Like, I don't even know how I was even able to go to that because I was so young. My mom didn't speak a word of English. My dad was busy getting his business off the ground, and he was an immigrant, spoke very, very broken English. How did I even get involved in that? It's so weird that my parents were even like,
Yeah, my mother would never get like on a train and take me into Manhattan, that's for sure. So like I would never be on any of that. Yeah, because we'd have to go to Manhattan if we wanted to be on any of that stuff.
yeah. And my dad signed up to be on Candlepins for Cash, and he did all that, and he was an immigrant also that spoke very little English. Wow, when I think about what my dad accomplished, like this is his third country that he lived in, and he got his license and opened up a successful business, and it's unbelievable. It's the electric
Company and the Magic
was
Garden. Yes.
That was it. That was the other Boston one.
Okay,
The electric
yes.
company.
You're right.
Yes.
It was. Now
Yeah,
that you
that
say
was
that.
the
Yep.
other- I was on the electric
The
company.
electric company.
Remember. Yes. That was the other one. That was awesome. And of course, we all loved Mr. Rogers.
Yes. And the Magic Garden. She was on mushrooms.
I loved watching it. Mr. Rogers was so calm.
Yep.
And so nice. And do you remember a few years ago, a bunch of rumors came out that he was a pedophile? But that was all dismissed. People are such.
Well, you know what? Because they don't think people can be like that. They don't think people can be like that and be normal, unfortunately.
That poor man, like imagine being accused of that after all those years of devoting your life to being, Mr. Rogers, and then all these people came out and said that he was. But I think
Arthur, so we'll say some prayers. Everybody say some prayers. Just receive word assist that his brother-in-law coded, but saved with CPR. Hospital says prognosis not good. All right.
Oh shit.
We'll say some prayers, Arthur. Everybody pray for Arthur. I've lived that with my own husband, so I get it.
Myra sent me a link for me to watch later, so
I can Zoom song. We're gonna zoom my zoom. Come on,
zoom my zoom. Zooming around. I can't remember. It's been so long. Okay, I'm gonna save this link so that way I can sing it to you later.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day. Did I gonna be singing? Yeah,
It was in Boston too. Yeah.
Oh, it was in Boston. I thought it was. In Boston, but they may have been in New York too. Who knows? Maybe they had a couple of different producers, but we had a lot of those shows in Boston that were produced out of Boston. That was fun. Major Mud was on that too. Major Mud. Imagine all the disclaimers that producers have to have kids sign nowadays in order to put them on a show. We probably were just invited, and I don't even remember how we were invited to go be on the show and play a game to win. I remember the prize when I was on Captain Kangaroo. I remember the prize was a big bag full of sponsorship stuff. That was the like every commercial that was on during the show, whether it was like hand soap or laundry detergent or whatever. I think there may have been a couple of toys in there. I'm not sure, because I don't think back then they catered to, like, if you watch a kid's cartoon nowadays, all the commercials are toys,
Right.
to children. I think back then they just took sponsorship commercials from anybody that, so if Ivory Soap was paying the most, even though it was a kids show, they would take it from Ivory Soap. I mean, I'm assuming, because, commercials were so kind of new back then. And so I got a whole bag full of promotional material was my prize. I was like, oh, no big deal.
They do that today, though, too. I mean, you'll see on regular shows, they'll say, and our audience will receive today, this and that and whatever. Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning. I think the first kids variety show may have been the Mickey Mouse Club. MICKEYMOUSE, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck.
Forever let us hold our banner high, high, high.
Come along and sing a song and join the jamboree.
Family, and join our family.
Oh, I thought it was jamboree.
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
I think it was jamboree.
All right.
MICKEYMOUSE.
Marilyn Chambers.
How's that for coming back after 50 years or 45 years? I haven't sang that song.
Yep, Annette Funicello.
My brother-in-law is sitting up in ICU. I'm already almost ready to go there myself.
I hope to visit them. ISU.
What's ISU? John, what's going on? He said he wasn't feeling good yesterday.
Good morning, Tommy. They did have a way to collect the data that they collect today to focus on marketing. Yeah. Well, the big thing was when they came up with the Nelson boxes, right? For the Nelson rating. I'm sure they collected a lot of information from that too.
What's Nelson boxes?
Like if you have ever seen Nelson rating, like how many people tuned into a certain thing. Yeah, people were like chosen around the country to have, I'm sure some people, a Nielsen rating, I'm sorry, I'm saying Nelson, it's Nielsen. You've never heard of the Nielsen rating? Anybody ever been part of the Nielsen, have a box sent to you when you were younger or whatever?
No, I never heard about it, but I'm concerned about Don. Don, what's going on?
Yes, my brother's sitting up, and I don't know if he was supposed to write ICU. Yes, Lisa wrote Nielsen. Yeah, Paul said yes.
No, so you were chosen, and then
I don't know how you were chosen. You had to fill it out, and it was a whole big thing. I don't remember exactly how it all worked. We weren't a family that was chosen, but I know some people that were, and
Tommy says they were a Nelson family when they were younger.
Okay.
So what, you would watch TV shows and then write it down and put it in the box and then send the box back to the company?
Well, I think it progressed with time. In the beginning, it probably was handwritten, but then you'd actually get like a cable box later on where it would actually be hooked up.
It was a lot of paperwork, Sherry says. And Chris says, my grandmother kept her Nelson box until she passed away 3 years ago. It was part of our cable box, says Paul Antonelli. Oh, I never remember. I don't remember. We weren't a chosen family.
Yeah, I wasn't part of the chosen one either.
And I don't remember any of my friends being a chosen one either. It was kind of like, I never even heard of it.
I'm surprised you never heard the term Nielsen rating.
No, never. And it rated TV shows that were on.
And commercials and what people interests and things like that. Yeah. Yeah, Sherry said they never had a ball. Awesome during never finished.
Paul says Boston had awesome shows on the air during the late 60s to mid 70s. There was the famous Jabberwocky. I don't remember the Jabberwocky either.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were trying to say, Donna. What's going on? You're not feeling well? If you're not feeling well, you should get it checked out, honey.
He's been saying that he hasn't been feeling well for about a week. That he hasn't been feeling well.
You men are all the same. You're very stubborn. If you're not feeling well, go get it checked out ASAP. No waiting.
I guess with one channel, they knew what we were watching anyways. Yeah, that's probably why you never got a box in your area.
Right.
Dawn, go get yourself checked out, sweetheart. Don't wait. And don't let that cold air hit you in the face if you go outside and it's cold. Because if you're not feeling well and your immune system down, you're going to get pneumonia. So put a scarf around your face and around your nose. That cold air, for you people that still live in the Northeast, I remember walking outside and that cold air hitting.
It hasn't. Well, I don't know. Some parts of the country have been like that, but I'm telling you, where we are, it's totally the opposite. Sometimes it's not good if we don't have real cold. I feel sometimes that kills the germs. We've been lingering around 50.
That's not true. It's because it's always warm down here, and there's no germs down here. I mean, it's always warm and balmy and humid down here. There's no germs. We don't need the cold. You guys keep the cold up there.
No, but like I said, it hasn't really even been cold. I mean, what's the temperature today? It's been raining. I'm so sick. I hate to complain about the rain because it could be snow, but I'm so sick of the rain. It just has not stopped raining. All right, so it's a little chilly this morning. It's 40. But still, 40 for January 5th is
that's very good. Dawn says when you have COPD, you get anything and you get sick. Dawn, go get yourself checked. Do you have a lot of urgent cares up there like we have?
Oh my God, at every corner.
On every corner. Yeah, we do too. We have urgent cares at every corner. My mom was not feeling well for a couple of weeks and it turned out to be a heart attack. Small one for a couple of weeks. Dawn, have it checked out. Sandra. Yes, I know. All right, good. I hope you.
Yeah, see, Tommy says it's even been mildly nice there for this time of year. Yeah, I don't know if it's just the way the weather pattern is or what, but other than rain, thank God, knock on wood, we have not seen a drop of snow.
Simply Dana says that she's sick too. She's going to go to the urgent care and try to get some antibiotics, but she doesn't know if it's the flu or if she's just sick with the cold.
I'll feel better, Dana.
Yeah, they'll do a quick swab of your nose and they'll know right away if it's the flu.
Yeah, I feel like bronchitis has been more prevalent than actual flu this year, so far anyway. But if you're not feeling good, get it checked out.
Yeah, Dawn, please go to the hospital. Please go get yourself checked out. Everything else can wait.
Connie said they had light snow last night.
It's beautiful here in Central Florida, even though some are dying from the flu. I haven't heard that in the news yet for this year. I know last year we had some deaths due to the flu. So what are you all having at auction tomorrow? Well, we're having an auction today at 3. And then we are having, and then I'm having my 11/11 auction at 11 o'clock tonight, my late night auction. So I'll be taking a nap this afternoon. And then tomorrow is Monday. Who do you have on tomorrow?
We're all just going to present one-off items. Tomorrow's a whole different, Monday nights are going to be a whole different kind of gig. We're going to do one-off. We're going to cater more to, people who want to either do collectibles or just, buy one-off items.
So now, let me ask you, are you going to do it so that, like, say, for example, Sherry Mossman is in the chat and she's comfortable with coming in and she has something really special, a one-off, like a Franklin Mint clock or something that she
Yeah.
wants to sell instead of putting it on eBay. Will you invite people from the chat to come in if they have just one item they want to
Well,
sell?
I prefer not doing it from the chat. I'd like to vet the people ahead of time. So that's why I keep just always putting out there. If anyone wants to, present or have an auction, whether it's one-off items or lots, whatever it is, just reach out to me by email and we can work it out.
Because if that's the case, it's going to be like, I'm just thinking. Courtney said when she had her event for the shout out,
well, that's why you got to be scheduled ahead of time. I'm not all of a sudden going to start bringing 16 people in.
Yeah, because she spent an entire day not figuring out, but getting people in touch with people, meaning.
But you know what? I said it before, that wasn't her job. She made an announcement that you had 72 hours to contact her or the person you won from. And that was it. If you didn't contact that person, then I'm sorry. She didn't need to do all that work.
So how are the people going to contact the person?
Because the person who came on said, email me at mygrapevindforyou@gmail.com. So you can send me your address and I'll send you your winner, or contact Courtney on Bolo Buddies.
I don't want to do that when we do our event.
No, it's too much. You're going to
I'm too busy. I'm way too busy to be sending and forwarding emails to stuff.
You know what? We still, in fact, this morning we were going to talk about numbers again, but we didn't get a chance to. So we've got to do that as well. But we're going to make sure that either everybody with a number is registered, like they'd be registered with an auction, or we're just going to leave it up to the person that comes in to share their email, or the people can reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I don't know. I think, like, what do you think about this? Honestly, for people that are going to participate in the giveaway, they need to be prepared ahead of time. So they need an email address that they're comfortable with putting in the chat. If you don't want to use your regular email address because you're afraid that there's a lurker here on our YouTube channel or my YouTube channel that's going to grab that email and send you all kinds of garbage and muck up your email address. But it's easy enough nowadays to just create an email address. It can be your first initial with the name.
Yeah, see, when Sandy wrote it, when someone wins, drop their link so they can contact the seller. Well, it's not even a seller; it's the giveaway person.
Yeah, pay for.
And that's why I say the person who wins has to take a little responsibility. If they want their prize, they have 3 days to reach out to the person they won from. Period. It's not our job to make sure that we get in contact with that person.
Yeah, but Courtney disagrees with that comment because I said that, and Courtney's like, it is your responsibility because you're hosting the show, so you've got to make sure. But I'm just going to tell everybody in the chat right now.
It's going to be part of our rules. You must reach out to your the person you won for the next 72 hours, because I don't see anything wrong with that. If I won a lottery ticket, I've got to go to the lotto store and collect it. I'm not waiting for the lottery to call me to give me my money.
All right. Someone give me a Snickers bar. So I think
I'm sorry. When I'm adamant about a situation, I'm adamant about a situation.
So what I think I'm going to do is, so the person that is giving away the item, needs to have an email that they can drop in the chat. So the person that won the item can grab that email and they can send that person a message and say, my name is John Doe and I live at 123 First Street. That's it. I'm not taking responsibility.
Right. And I think the other thing we have to mention is that if you want to participate and you want a chance to win at the prizes, you have to be willing to share your address. I almost got pushback. Like, why do you need my address? Well, we'd like to send you your winning gift.
Yeah, I'm not taking responsibility for any.
No, then don't be part of the giveaway. If you don't want your address or you don't have a mailing address and you don't want to share your personal address, then just don't be part of the winnings.
Yeah, so anybody who is going to participate, and I'm going to have a sign up sheet. I'm going to create an event. Will you drop the link to because Chris the Goose wants to participate, which is exciting because he always has really beautiful things. Last night we were talking after the show, and so he wants to, and he's like, Donna, I don't even think I'm part of your group. So I'm going to create an event in my storage unit buyers group. So and he's going to drop the link. If you're not already a member of that, go join it, and then I'll pin the event to the top. I'll try to make the event in the next week or so.
Remember
Now,
that, join it, and then I'll.
Now I'm only going to call it for safety sakes on YouTube, because there's been a lot of chatter about how you can't. It's gonna be, come to the channel, everybody subscribe to each other, but it's also going to be a way for people to, I'm just going to call it pay it forward. That's what I'm going to call it. Pay it forward. Join us for a pay it forward event with free gifts. That's all it's going to say. I'm not even going to use the word giveaway. With free gifts, I'm just going to say pay it forward. You guys will understand what it is. And then anybody who doesn't understand what it is, then they can I'll write some of the rules and stuff on Facebook.
Dana, are you registered for our auctions? That's what that's why we give wrenches, is to people that that register for our auction, so we know that you're eligible to bid. If you've sent me an email with your information, then yes, I can look it up. But if you didn't, then you just have to send the information.
Yes, one of the rules is you have to be present. If someone knows someone that isn't present, like I texted Chris the Goose because he wasn't present, and I texted him and I'm like, quick, come back, you won. So if someone knows somebody in the chat that's either friends with them on Facebook, or you can do that. I mean, we'll wait a few minutes, but you do have to be present. And I'm going to be pulling the numbers out of an old-fashioned hat, so there's not going to be a confusion with people being able to win twice, because one number ripped up and you're done. So only one chance per person. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of people gained like 100, if not more, subscribers during Courtney's. She had over 200 people in the chat. A lot of people made themselves present and, participated in it. So I think she actually gained the least amount. I have a lot of subscribers too. She actually gained the least. So, everybody's talking about being sick. Simply Dana. I registered, Dana said.
Okay. I will check my email.
On my auction on Wednesday, I'm going to give away a free limited edition Batman figure to all of the winning bidders. All right, so if you buy something from Paul on Wednesday night, he's going to put all the names of all the people that bought something, and then he's going to give away a limited edition Batman figure. That's cool.
Nice. Okay,
that's
good.
Very cool. Awesome, Paul. You need to put that out there. Definitely put it out there. Put it in the drop the link. I can't have you put it in the
Lisa wrote in the chat, hi, Broccoli Rob.
What did you say?
I said Lisa wrote, hi, Broccoli Rob. He's usually not on camera with me in the morning, but I'm sitting in the kitchen because of that light in the dining room.
I can't have you drop it in the big group, Paul, because I have strict rules that anything that goes in that group has to be storage unit related. So, but I am going to put the event in there, because I am going to say that I'm going to give away something. I'm going to pay it forward with something that I got out of a storage unit. So I am going to put that link in there, and I'll just make sure that whatever I give away is something that I got out of a storage unit. Giveaways, storage unit giveaways. I have to play with the words a little bit for the event, so people will be intrigued and click on it, because we have 4,000 almost 5,000 members on that page. But I'm gonna limit. I mean, I don't know how many hours we're gonna stay on, but I'm gonna have to limit how many giveaways we do. I mean, Courtney had 14, I think. And how many hours was she on?
No, there was more than 14 because some other people did it after, remember?
Abraham came along, and yeah, there was a couple of people.
Yeah, it was the other person. I can't remember their name. Let me give you a wrench. Yes, you are, honey. You are registered. I'm sorry. I don't know how I missed it, but you're all set. Just comment in the chat just to make sure.
All right, honey, it's 10:07, and yes. I have a full day.
Me too.
We'll see everyone back here at 3 o'clock on T's channel. And Tia, you're going to be selling some items as well at 3 o'clock?
I am.
Okay, so T's going to be showing, and I'm going to be showing. We're going to go back and forth a little bit. And then if you can't make the 3 o'clock auction on T's channel, see if you can make my 11 o'clock auction this evening. 11 on the 11. 11's on the 11. And yeah, I'll be going on really late. And there she goes.
Thank you, flipping pancakes.
There she goes. That's what they used to say at the dog track, wasn't it? All right, everybody, have a great day, and we'll see you later on. All right. Thanks for joining.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.